Welcome to Aspects of Writing. This is your host, James Kelly, here on KLAV. In the studio, we have author, singer, songwriter Nancy Abercrombie, and via telephone, we have singer, songwriter Bobby Joe Valentine and author, singer, songwriter Sandy Kastel. This is Sandy Kastel. She's calling in from Indiana. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Great.
And hi, Nancy.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you?
Great.
So,
Good.
Sandy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your accomplishments?
Okay, well, I've always been a performer, James. I grew up here in Las Vegas. My dad's a jazz saxophonist, and when he joined the Harry James Band, he brought us here. We were living in Mesquite, Texas, and he brought us to Las Vegas, and we haven't left. I've been singing here professionally since I was in high school. I toured the U.S. and Canada, and then when I returned to Las Vegas, I did summer rep at UNLV. And then I got into, I was Miss Nevada, and I was the first non-classical talent award winner in the Miss America pageant, which at the time was a pretty big deal because mostly they had classical singers. And then after that, I was in Jerry Jackson's Pinups at the Movies at the Sahara Hotel, which was the longest-running show at the time in Las Vegas. And then since then, I've just been working in different areas. A lot of the hotels in Las Vegas. I went to Los Angeles. I've traveled around the country, as I said. And then in 2007, I started recording my original songs in Nashville.
Okay.
That's how I got there. And I released my first album, which, funny as it may sound, I recorded it in Nashville, but it's a tribute to, it's called This Time Around, and it's a tribute to to Las Vegas and the great performers and songs that they made famous, partly because I grew up in Vegas and I had such a history with it because of my dad and growing up here and performing here in different shows. That's what the producer suggested we do. And then after that, I was able to record my next album, which is the Indiana Rain, which you heard the song from there, and that was my first single. And if you go to when people go to my website, they can see the video there and also on YouTube.
So where can people find more information about your songs?
On my website,
which is
sandykastel.com.
Okay.
Or at WEMAinternational.com, which is an organization that I just recently formed last year. In fact, Nancy is one of our members.
Yes.
And when we had our first songwriter showcase in January, she was in that, and she did an excellent job, and it was so much fun. We had a great time. But WEMA is Women in Music and Arts, and we are an organization dedicated to empowering artists of all ages through education and mentorship. And, James, we have women in the performing, visual, and performing arts. And we also have monthly mixers, and we do music series, art shows, and conferences. And we raise money for scholarships, and we do community outreach programs. So I'm really excited about it.
And you have another project coming up. You're going to be on this station. I believe May 16th is your first show?
Yes, May 16th I will be on KLAV Wednesdays at noon.
Okay.
And I'm going to have, as my guests, I'm going to have a lot of the WEMA members and local artists, entertainers, and authors, and also students of the arts, because we want to bring the students on that are going to be recipients or potential recipients of scholarships later on in the year, and so that should be very interesting. The thing about writing a song is it's different than writing a poem. A poem is somebody sits down, they read that. With a song, you're listening to it on the radio, you have to grab somebody right away with your idea. So what's important is a great idea, a great title that expresses that idea, lyrics that are easy to remember and easy to sing along with, and that great hook. That either it's a musical hook or it's a phrase, and also what she was talking about with the dictionaries, also they have books that have phrases, things that we say that are colloquialisms. Anyway, and there's patterns to songwriting. Okay, just like what Nancy said. when you're writing a song, you don't want to ramble on and ramble on and ramble on. What you want to do is you want to make every single word in that song count. And usually you'll have if you have AABA or AB, you have these patterns. So you have your verse, chorus, verse, say, for instance. Mm-hmm. So within that verse, your verse wants to, right off the bat, you want to grab them in that verse. So you really want to make sure that you choose your words. You give people pictures so that they can visualize what is going on out there, and they can get it quickly. And sometimes, James, when you write the song, you write it, you go away from it for a while, you come back, you edit it, you go away from it a while, you come back, you edit it again and again, and you might edit it 5 times, 7 times. It may be several times that you edit a song because you're tightening it up each time, making it, like she said, making every word count. And it's said that there's a lot of good songs out there, but you want it to be a great song. And the better that you can make that phrase speak and give you that visual picture, that's what makes a great song.
And our next song is by Sandy Kastel, and it is the title song from her latest album, Indiana Rain. And here is Indiana Rain.
She woke from a dream and started to cry. She turned to the window and watched the cars passing by. A chill ran through her veins. She remembered he's not here. She buried her head in his pillow and fought off her tears. The Indiana rain coming down in the middle of the night, put an end to this misery that's burning deep inside. Trapped in their empty home, it's been driving her insane. Indiana rain, won't you wash away her pain? It was a cold and icy day when he said goodbye. In her mind, she could see his face and feel him by his side. Her heart is breaking 'cause he's been gone a year. She's holding on to his memory, but it's time to face her fears. Indiana rain coming down in the middle of the night, put an end to this misery that's burning deep inside. Trapped in their empty home, it's been driving her insane. Indiana rain, won't you wash away her pain? She kneels before the stone that bears his name, says it's time to let you go, but in my heart you'll remain. I promise you we'll be together someday. She took one last